Hi guys, welcome to SciTech Info. I am Sai Gautam from class 11. I am here to discuss the topic about dimensional analysis. Let's move into the topic. Now we have the terms and definitions. First, dimension of physical quantity. These are the powers to which the base quantities are revised to represent that quantity, means the powers which the base quantities are reused or revised to represent a particular quantity. Second, dimensional formula. The expression which shows how and which of the base quantities represent the dimension of a physical quantity, means how a base quantity represents a particular dimension of a physical quantity. Third, dimensional equation. An equation obtained by equating a physical quantity with its dimensional formula. Fourth, dimensional consistency of the equation. Here we already have an equation such as x equals to x0 plus v0t plus half of at square. Next, we have the uses of dimensional analysis. Dimensional analysis is used to convert a physical quantity from one system of units to another, to check the dimensional correctness of a given equation, and to establish a relationship between different physical quantities in an equation. Next, dimensionless quantities. The quantities which do not possess dimensions, means a quantity which has no dimensions such as strain, angle, specific gravity, etc. Now we have in next is principle of homogeneity. It's nothing but only those physical quantities can be added or subtracted which have dimensions, such as we have example here like x minus y equals to z, that is x is subtracted by y which have a dimension z, and in next we have x minus y minus z equals to 0. Here all the three x y z having a dimension 0. Next, matching of terms. The dimensions of all the terms written on the both sides of a correct equation should be same, as we have a plus b equals to c plus d, as here a, b, c and d all have the same dimensions. Next, we have the limitations in terms and definition. First, checking. Dimensional analysis only checks the units. This means that this checks the units of a particular quantity. Next, numeric factors. Dimensional analysis has no units and can't be tested. Third, dimensional analysis. It cannot be used to derive exact form of physical relation if it depends on more than three quantity. It means that dimensional analysis can derive only the quantity which depends on three quantities such as mass, length and time. Fourth, physical quantities. Dimensional analysis does not indicate whether a physical quantity is scalar or vector. Now let us move to a problem. A book with many printing error contains four different formula for displacement y of a particle undergoing a certain periodic motion. Since A, y equals to a sine 2 pi t by t. Option number B, y equals to a sine vt. Option number C, y equals to a by t sine t by a. Option number D, y equals to a by square root of 2 multiplied by sine 2 pi t by t plus cos 2 pi t by t. Here they gave that a is the maximum displacement, v is the speed of the particle and t is the time period. Now we have to find the wrong formula on dimensional ground. Let us do the solution. From option A, we have that y equals to a sine 2 pi t by t. So from here we have LHS y and a sine 2 pi t by t as RHS. From the given we can take as y which is having a displacement. that is known as L, and RHS is A sine 2 pi t by t. So from the given we can know as A is the maximum displacement, that is the length. So A we can write as L sine, and 2 pi t by t we can write as t by t. So the both t will be get cancelled, and the remaining we have the answer as L in squared bracket. So if we measure both the LHS and the RHS, we have that both equal. So this is a correct option. Option number B we have as y equals to A sine Vt. From the first option we already know that y is square bracket L, and A sine Vt we have to convert. After converting we get A, also we known as L sine velocity we can write as L t power minus 1 into the given t. From here we get the answer as the t and t power minus 1 will be cancelled, and we get the last answer in L RHS is L sine L. From here we can notice that the LHS and RHS are not equal, hence this is incorrect. Option number C, y equals to A by t sin t by A. From the first and second we know that y equals to L and A by t sin t by A. So from the first equation itself we can know that A by t is length by time, as A is length. So from here we can convert the both as L by t sin t by L. From there we get L t power minus 1 and t L power minus 1. If we compare the both LHS and RHS, we get that they are not equal. Hence, this is also incorrect. Option number D, A by square of 2 and sine 2 pi by t plus cos 2 pi by t. Here in the solution we already know y is L and A of square root 2 equals to L. Sin 2 pi by t plus cos 2 pi by t equals to sin t by t plus cos t by t. After further solution, we get the answer as L, as LHS is equals to RHS. So this is correct. Let us move to the second problem. In the second problem, we are given that let us consider an equation half mv square equals to mgh, where m is the mass of the body, v is velocity, g is the acceleration due to gravity, and h is the height. Check whether this equation is dimensionally correct. Let us do the solution. First, we will take the LHS part of the equation given above. Let us not consider the half. Let's take mv square alone. From there we get m as the mass, and velocity's dimensions is lt power minus 1, and if we put the square bracket the whole, so we get the dimension of the LHS as ml square t minus 2. Now let us consider the dimension of RHS, that is mgh. From there we get the m, that is mass, as same, gravity, acceleration due to gravity as lt power minus 2, and h, that is also called as length, so L. From there, after further solution we get m L square t minus 2, as we are having 2L. So this is correct, as LHS equals to RHS. Now let us move to the third sum. We are given that work out dimensional formulas for the following: A, work; B, power; C, velocity; and D, force. Let us start the solution. First, work. Work, we know that it is force into displacement. Force is denoted by mass into acceleration and displacement as S. So for force we get mass into acceleration as mlt minus 2 into displacement is nothing but the length, so L. From there we get m L square t minus 2. Option number B, power. Power we have as work by time. Work we already calculated in the previous option, that we get as m L power 2 t minus 2 and divided by time is t. From there we can get that m L power 2 t power minus 3. Option number C, velocity. We know that velocity is displacement by time. So we already know that displacement is length and time is t. From there we get that m0 L power 1 t power minus 1. And last option number D, force. Force we already know that mass into acceleration. Mass we know as m and into acceleration is v minus u by t. From there we get that m into L t power minus 2. L t power minus 2 is the dimension of acceleration. From there we get for the dimension of force is m L power 1 t power minus 2. Guys, we have a MPM for you. MPM includes the basic questions which are most asked in the topic dimensional analysis. First, given y equals to a sine 2 pi t by t, prove that whether LHS equals to RHS. So here we have a hint that to use dimensional formula of displacement and time. If you calculate that, you may get the answer. Second, prove that y equals to a by t sine t by a. Check whether dimensional formula for particle undergoing periodic motions is correct. Here another hint is to use the dimensional formula of displacement and time. So by proving this, you may also prove that LHS is equal to RHS. Third, find out the uses of dimensional analysis. For this answer, you may refer textbook. Fourth, find out dimensional formula for impulse. For finding out the dimensional formula of impulse, you may use the dimensional formula of force multiplied by time. Fifth, find out dimensional formula for charge. So for this, you can use the dimensional formula of current into time. By calculating these both, you may get the dimensional formula of charge. Yeah guys, we have came to the end of the session. In this slide, I have gave you 10 fill in the blanks which are most commonly used in this topic. So try this, and if you have any doubt, please ask in the comment section. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching my video so long. If you want, please like and share it, and do subscribe our channel SciTech Info. Thank you.